I'm sure some of you have gone to our website, and we have something on our website called Bend an Ear. And I like to review this every so often because I think people go, "What is a bend an ear?" So it does describe it, but many of you that I have several families that call that don't know whether they should get an evaluation. They don't know whether they should be here for treatment. They have all kinds of questions about what do we do in speech? What do we do in OT? What do we do in PT? What do we do in ABA? So a lot of times, and I was in this journey myself, you're going through a process of elimination of what services are going to be best to pursue to help my child. So we do the bend an ear so that we're able to answer those types of questions. Sometimes the bend an ear is with me, sometimes it's not with me. Unfortunately, I'm on the road a lot, and sometimes a crisis comes about, and so our front office or our care coordinators are answering those questions. We have people that are clinically trained or clinicians that actually work in our admin corridor, and I don't know if I've told you guys that, but we have people that used to be clinicians that aren't clinicians anymore that are working as administrators at Cutting Edge, and that's a great advantage to us because they are clinicians speaking directly to you about your kiddo. So they carry both hats, should we say. They're an admin here, but they're also clinical. So they're able to answer some of those questions and understand what you're saying. So sometimes they can directly address those questions a lot quicker than I can, and they're directly on the phone with you or the parent. If it's more complex, they're going to email me or come directly to me and either ask me the information or recommend that they come in and see me. So it really depends on the complexity of the situation, all the factors that are involved. But I would say probably 75 to 85% of the questions that come in, our care team is able to answer very, very well. And understand, many of those folks work in the front desk receive these calls daily. So they're very familiar, and they've gone through extensive training with me. It's funny, I'll walk up there and I'll hear something, and they're just speaking music to my ears beautifully what they need to say, and I compliment them. They say, "Well, that's because you sat here and taught me how to do this." So there's a lot of training that goes on, and they really understand what these services are, even though they aren't clinical folks. Again, I also think it's helpful to schedule a tour because think seeing is believing, and coming in and getting a feel for a place and seeing whether a place would be a match for your kiddo is important. So that's a little bit about bend an ear, and hopefully we're able to adequately address your questions.